Rhett, my guy, welcome to the Elev8 Event Series Podcast. Hey, thank you so much for coming on. If y'all don't know who Rhett is, he is the GM of Alair Homes, one of the biggest custom builders here in the state of Texas. Can't wait to learn all about Alair Homes today. And a little bit more about you too, Rhett, because you're a pretty cool dude. If you guys can't tell by just looking at him. Thanks for coming on, Rhett. Thanks for coming on. We can't wait to hear from you today.
Well, awesome. Thanks for having me. I've been excited, looking forward to this meeting, be able to get to talk. I enjoy talking and collaborating with you. So yeah, I'm excited. So thanks for having me, and let's do this.
Cool. So Rhett, let's get straight into it. Like, who are you? Like, well, for the people out there, what would you say? Like, who's Rhett? Like, who are you? Give us a little bit of insight on like who you are.
Yeah, well, me as a person, right? Is that where you're going with this?
You as a person. Yeah,
Yeah.
we want to know about you.
Okay. All right. Me as a person. Okay. Well, I am definitely the full depth and range of my name. My name is Rhett Blacqhart Villanueva. I am a designer by passion, but an engineer by need and a builder by choice. I've had a pretty good career. It's gotten me down a lot of neat paths. I've gotten to see some neat things and do some things that, you don't normally get to do. And that's just because I got a little bit of eccentricness to me that I love and embrace. But I'm definitely a creative at my core. But I have a passion for seeing things happen. Let me see. Let's see. I like chocolate. I like leather. I like a good suit. Since I moved from California to here, the gun collection grew a little bit. Let's see. All my cars are black. I'm always in black. I am the king in black because I only wear black. Wife gives me crap about it. She walks into the closet and she says, my friends think you're a mortician. And I said, well, somebody's got to bury them. So anyways, she's a hell of a character too. But yeah, so I'm just a creative who has had a very interesting career path, choices. I've lived in California. I was born and raised in Cali. I moved to Texas in 2015, and I like it. I love the place. I kind of bounce around from Texas to Florida. I like to get my travel on. It's how I expand my mind. It's how I expand my world in general. And I like good food. I love good friends. I value relationships because people are important. They make life worth living. And I like beautiful things. I like seeing beautiful things happen. I like surrounding myself with smart people, ideally people smarter than me, because I learn something, because I'm a constant learner and avid reader, all that kind of good stuff. I'm always working on something, if it's not for work, it's for personal. I'm always working on something. So I'm never off, but I'm happy that way.
Yeah, I like that, man of many talents. Well, first off, from everything there, definitely got to make a song called "Chocolate and Leather." That's a record right there. We love that. I love how creative you are. I know we got hooked up to Derek Stravagante, another
Yep.
builder, and
Yep.
he's like, you came to my birthday, and he's like, dude, you got to meet this Rhett guy. And then we met at my birthday. We're like, oh man, we like two peas in a pod here. We kind of got our hands in everything. Creatives at the core, like creativity is the ultimate. Like it's literally like the one thing that's like given to you by God, right? Like if you're a
Yes.
creator, like that's pure inspiration, and you can't get that like from anywhere but like a higher source. So I think creativity, nowadays is not as celebrated, but it's starting to get to more, with AI, with AI taking care of a lot of the menial tasks,
Yeah.
we used to
Yep.
have to do with humans. I feel like creativity, we're about to experience a whole new renaissance. So I think for people like us, it's going to be a really great time that we're headed into right now.
I agree with that. And I'd like to add something to that. I've used a lot of mechanisms and softwares and things throughout my career for creativity, all with the purpose. Some of it's some of my art. I do some of my digital art, stuff like that. As a little guy, I did do payment mediums. But these days, I love using AI myself because I find that it's just another part of me that has so much input from me because I give it so much that it bounces things back to me that stimulate my creative process even more. So I leverage AI from a creative standpoint as well as, organizationally and all that kind of good stuff, but I leverage it in that aspect. I feel like for me, AI is kind of like my Jarvis, you know, a little bit of quote Iron Man there, that, it just gives me extra fuel to my creative fire. And I find that I get even more, and I'm going to use the term obnoxious in my creative inspiration, because I think we want to get big and then contract it down to a palatable, malleable source that you can consume.
Percent. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I call him Allen Iverson. It's my new favorite employee. Well, actually, I got a couple favorite employees, but Allen Iverson's definitely one of them. Always shows up to practice,
Yes.
never tired. The motherfucker, I'll wake up at
Yeah.
5, 4, 2
Yeah.
doing the thing. I'd say, "Hey, what
Yeah.
are we working on today?" And you really get to work, and it's
Thousand
like
percent.
like
Yeah.
talk to your best friend,
Yes.
buddy,
Yes.
biggest biggest advocate, and then also like smartest guy, be able to just talk to him. I just talk to AI. I try to at least a couple times a week
Same.
just have
Yep.
brainstorming sessions, and it's really taking things to the next level. And like I said, I think with taking like again now as a creative, I don't need millions of dollars to go execute stuff. Like I really
Yeah.
just need like a small core team now, and I can execute at like a way higher level than I used to be able to, and I don't have to deal with like people's personalities as much. Not to say you don't need a good solid team around you, but, you don't need as many like, I used to have to go to a graphic designer, get
Yeah.
this get this
Yeah.
invite,
Yeah.
like, it was always such a, like, pain in
Yeah.
my butt process, and now
Yeah.
it's gotten a lot easier, so
Yeah. Totally get
definitely
it.
definitely cool to be a creative. So, Rhett, we talked, like, a little bit about your business in general. I mean, you got so much going on, like, what would you say is your business right now? What do you like, what are you most passionate about? What's on the horizon for 2026 for Rhett?
Well, we're a custom home builder. We build high-end custom homes. We also do renovations, so we do both, which I like both because they both teach us a lot. We're pushing hard. I do also all of our business development for us, so I'm constantly in front of clients, in front of people. We just did the Kips Bay, which Kips Bay is kind of like New York Fashion Week for homes. We were the host builder for the signature room, which was the kitchen. The big thing with all that is our goal this year is to take on more bigger projects. We have our, $9 million build here, $2.5 million renovation there, some builds here, some renovations there. But, we're pivoting a lot more towards taking on more builds. And so what I'm doing a lot of right now is finding good talent, finding qualified people that are good team players and building that team up, because I'm heavy on the pursuit of talking with new clients and their new projects. I mean, just yesterday we were talking to a new potential lead. All the client, neat characters, doing really well for themselves. And they want to build a 4,800 square foot modern, TPO type roof home, which is a flat roof and all those kind of things, slabs out front. So we're pushing harder on that front, which is definitely where we want to be and where I want to be. That stuff excites me. And the team that we have and the team that I'm adding to is all in line with that. So it's good. And you'll hear me mention team a lot because it's a group effort, what we're doing. Yeah, I play my part. I go, find the people to talk to, get them in and organize things, but it's a group effort. But I would say that's what we're most excited about. And I'm saying we, because again, it's a team effort. Selfishly, yeah, I'm excited about that, but we as a team, we're excited about that. And that's what we're pushing hard at. So we got some exciting new builds in the portfolio that are going through the planning phase. So I'm eager to see those things break ground, which I know will break ground on this year, and get going from there. So just growth, growth, growth. 24, 25 was, a year of breakdown. And then, 25 was the year of the snake. It was shedding. And this year is the year of the fire horse, which means accelerated growth. So my creative and my passion has aligned with where we're at. And I'm excited. So that's where we're at. And I'd say that's what I'm most excited about for this year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, those are some fun projects, 9 million, $10 million homes. Like,
Mhm.
how Rhett, how are you guys getting your clients? Like, how currently do you get clients? I mean, other than you being super cool and meeting a bunch of people.
Well, that helps.
Yeah.
But the big thing for us is reputation matters. We value reputation, and we we're not perfect by no stretch of the imagination, but it is always our goal to be reputable, to be, to deliver on what we say we're going to deliver, as to be just transparent with our clients. And so from that, we've developed a good network of repeat business. So most of our business, I would say probably 70% of our business is actually just purely based on reputation, word of mouth, previous clients. We're constantly building up our relationship with our industry partners, which is architects and interior designers. And we work at always having good quality relationships. So from our repeat business, our relationships with our key industry partners, we get a lot of referrals. So I would say 70% of it is through that, just purely based on reputation and, which is the referral. And then I would say the other 30% is, us actively. We have a social media presence. We have a decent, I would say we have a strong online presence, and we like to be involved in the community in certain ways so that we're present, and then networking. You just networking with the right people, talking to the right people, architects, interior designers, all those people. So, and networking in the right groups, right social circles. So, you know um I'm there as a resource for clients. I mean, we don't like to sell ourselves, but we like to present ourselves as a resource and as a trusted advisor to our clients. And so that's how we do our business, and it works for us, and we like it, but that's how we do our business.
Cool. So, a couple things to touch on. So, social media and content you would say play a pretty big part in your business?
That's a great, great question. And I've been thinking a lot about this. As a matter of fact, yesterday I had a meeting with our social media marketing agent. And matter of fact, she's coming up next week. And I feel like we got a presence, but it's more like a placeholder right now. So we're doing some stuff to change that. We'll be doing some more footage, stories, reels, posts, all that kind of good stuff to drive a little bit more local traffic to, maybe get in front of the right people. So it's okay, but we got a plan here recently to boost that.
So, you guys got pretty good social media presence, looking to expand. You talked a little bit about networking events and
Mhm.
finding clients. I mean, where do you go to find $9 million clients? Like, what kind of events are you going to?
Ooh, our high-end art galleries, let me think. Certain social networking circles. And there's a couple of groups that I've been talking to. I'll confess I haven't attended any of those yet. There's a couple in my inbox that I got to work on over the next week or two. I think that there's some areas there that I want to uncover that I haven't, but I would say I do spend some time in some of those more expensive high-end art circles, certain interior design groups, and then networking with certain key architects like, say, Richard Drummond Davis and stuff like that. Some of your top 10 guys that are always in front of high-end clients, people that are looking to bid, build 10, 15, 20,000 square foot homes.
Cool. Well, so you did mention, right? This is the Elevate Event Series podcast, and you
Mhm.
mentioned that, obviously networking referral is going to play a big piece in your business. Kudos to you guys for building that reputation. I know you mentioned a little bit that you guys did like host an event. Do you guys have any events on this books, like on the schedule? Are you currently like planning on hosting any Alair events, or are you just kind of popping into other people's?
Right now, I've been popping into other people's, but I did start some discussions internally. So on one of our big builds, it's a 12,000 square foot house, 8,600 feet in climate control. I've been talking to some different folks there, and I'm talking internal to the team because I'd like to see, and I got to talk to the homeowner as well too, because obviously it's a brand new home, but it's his home. But one idea that I had was to create kind of like a networking, mingling event there, like a 2, 3 hour event where people can kind of come in, walk the house, see the work that's been done there, maybe have some bites and a drink or something like that, and just invite all our industry partners, interior designers, architects, real estate, all those key people there that are tend to be the gatekeepers to some of these other folks that are looking to build some of that. And then of course, finding any of these folks that are interested in possibly building a house and having the opportunity to walk into an open house and see a beautiful project, like, for example, our Michelle Way project. So, just some of those things. So, that's something that I've started a discussion with the team on. So, I'll start hashing out some details. So, obviously, I got to get the homeowner's permission because everything we build is custom, it's not a spec home. So with that, there's, I'm sure you're familiar, there's always, conditions and those kind of things. So but I'm working on that. So that's one that I really want to do. And if I can't, then I'm going to work on some other stuff to maybe figure out how I can do some sort of an open house, because open houses for builders are a great way to showcase your work and bring in both potential clients and industry partners. Of course, getting in front of those potential clients, those are some things there that I might want to talk to you about on how can we get in front of some of those people so that they know, hey, Rhett's having a open house, big home, 38 different tile selections, Roman clay on the walls. We need to go take a look at that so they can, come in and see what we do.
Yeah, no, that sounds like an amazing event. I'm definitely going to be there. Hopefully, I can help you with it. And
Yeah.
I'm not tooting my own horn, but I would say I'm pretty good at house parties at this point. I threw 100 house parties in 2024 alone, so we could definitely an elevated, very elevated, elegant event at a mansion would be right up my alley. I could definitely lend some support. I'm
I
always
like
down
it.
for that.
I like it. I like it. That's the goal.
That house is in Dallas, correct?
That one is actually in Fairview. So just outside of
Fair.
Plano. Yeah.
Okay.
McKinney,
All
Plano.
right. So where I'm going with this, so in DFW specific, right?
Yeah.
Like that where you build a majority of your homes, or you guys national?
Well, okay, so Alair as a whole is North American continent. They're in all the Canadian provinces and 19 different states. So the way it works is we're all our independent builders, but we're part of this network. So we're part of a franchise. But we get invited to this. So, our principals, Chad and Diane, got invited to this back in 19 because they were a fit because of their approach to business, their philosophy, which I align with personally, which is one of the reasons why I'm with them. But they got invited to it. So yes, there is a total of probably 108, 109 offices altogether in North America. In Texas, we're the biggest office in DFW. There is another partner office, smaller operation. They're doing their thing. And then we got a big office in Houston, and they're a little bit bigger than we are. But, we're all thriving and pushing. And the beautiful thing about it is that we're all great partners and we all work with each other and we all feed each other, which is fantastic.
That's awesome. That's great. Cool. So big DFW presence. I love
Mhm.
that. I got always end this Rhett. This has been a great podcast so far, but I always end this with one last question. Okay. And you got to do it. Everybody does it. Nothing weird's gonna happen. I promise. There's no one's gonna jump out there and grab you. But I just need you to close your eyes real quick, just for a second, and I want you to paint with whatever brush you want to paint with. Get as creative as you want. And Rhett, I want you to describe Rhett's dream event. It could be Alair Homes. It could just be your dream event. What does it look like? Who's there? What are we doing? What's the attire? Give me a breakdown.
All right, I'm gonna get really comfortable with you here. Girl, I already know that.
All
So
right, perfect. Yeah.
I do these I do this annual event every year and I call it the Black. Yes. And so my dream event is because I host the black party in my house, and I got a modest home, but I don't have a mansion, because I'm tied up in many things. But it's good, and it's a nice event, and people love it. People look forward to it. People write me in the summer and say, "Rhett, I already found my black party dress." I love that. But ideally, I didn't even have to close my eyes. I already knew what it was. I have a vision of my black party as a giant ball. I'm thinking Met Gala size ball.
Okay. Okay. All right. How many people we talking?
I'm gonna say, I don't know, anywhere between, God, I'm gonna say between 100 to 500.
Yeah, that's a good range. I think anything over 500, you get like it's like, do you
Yeah.
really know 500 that many 500 cool people? Like
Yeah.
I'm at the point with my events right now where I'm like, we're actually it's totally funny that you're saying that because we're actually doing one coming up that's we're not even we're doing no tickets. So you can't even buy a ticket. You have to apply
Yeah.
for a ticket
Yeah.
and in order to even attend. So tickets are there's no price on them. So I think having that like intimate number, like in our target's always between like 100 and 250. Like I think
Okay.
in that range we're
Yeah.
pretty good
Yeah.
to get a good group. But yeah, that'll be fun. The black party again. You know where I got some cool black. I just bought a black tuxedo, bro.
There you go.
I'm there.
Well, you'll be at next year's Black Party. It happens every first Saturday of December. I stick to a specific time frame.
Well,
Yeah.
we missed it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
missed it.
But you missed the
Okay.
7th annual, so we're gonna have 8th annual next year.
Oh, that's my favorite number anyway.
Oh yeah.
Eight, my favorite number. So we're
Yeah.
good
I'm gonna
there.
keep going with this too. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm starting a legacy party here. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. There is a dress code, and I always tell everybody you want to wear your favorite black. If you feel sexy walking through the door with that black, and like I'm the cat's meow here, then that's what I want you to wear. And my favorite thing is when people text me or they'll call me because the party's always in December and like June, July. Some of the girls are like, "Rhett, I found my black party dress." And I'm like, you have any idea how much joy that gives me? It
Oh,
gives me
that's kind of
so much
cool.
joy to hear that.
That to hear, yeah, you're 6 months in advance now. I mean, that's pretty cool. That's legendary. And
Yeah.
it's only and the cool part about it is you've done it 7 years and now you know it's only gonna grow, you know?
Yes. I'm
From
at the point now where I have to be selective.
yeah, which is where you wanna be. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, Rhett, look, I'm excited to do more events with you. I'm excited to learn more
Likewise.
about I need to come tour some houses. You know I'm the real estate rock star, so I gotta come
Let's
check out a
plan for
couple
that.
houses. 100%.
Yeah,
So
let's make it happen.
thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate you. Elevate Event Series Podcast. I'm at the black party. 100%
Yes.
count me in. I'm gonna be swagged out too. I'm
You're
there.
in, brother. You're in. Hey, I got a prize for best dressed guy and girl.
Oh, I'm winning that all day. I'm taking
Yeah.
that home.
All right. All right. I love it.
All
I love it.
right. All right.
All
Thanks,
right,
Rhett.
brother. Good.